Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of Kirby'sCovers.com. My name is Kirby Swinnermer and today we're looking at a song from Newfoundland. This one's called The Shores of Newfoundland. Let's take a look at this. Okay, this one's played in the key of D. Chord-wise, not a lot of chords in it. It's a standard kind of a country, follows like a country, traditional country song really. So when they started out, now the version I listened to here, we're just gonna slide this D chord. We're going to slide into it from the first fret. Do that twice. And a little bass run on the A string, open 2-4. I spent my life sailing. So I'll show you the chords first. It's a D, an E minor, an A or an A7, doesn't matter. If I'm going back down to a D, I usually play an A7. G chord you'll need. I play the G with the last three fingers. And then in the chorus, so you don't really have a lot of chords. There's a G, a D, a G, an A7, and E minor. That's really what you have here. Alright, so rhythm-wise, when we slide into it, little bass run. Spent my life sailing on the sea that has no shame, waiting for the time when I can come home again. So the rhythm is just a root, down, up, down, up, down, up, root, down, up, down, up, down, up, just a shuffle rhythm. Now you can put some bass runs in here if you want, like a I I'm not going to do that. You can do an A, an open A. You can just walk back to the D. Now if you're going to do that, you may, I don't want to confuse you, but you may want to play like a bass note when you're playing the rhythm. So you could do. So when you're playing a D chord, your bass note is A. When you're playing an A, your bass note is E. When you're playing a G, your bass note is a D. When you're playing an E minor, your bass note would be this B note here. So I spent my life sailing on a sea that has no shame, waiting for the time when I can come home again. Right, just walk up to the G and back to the D. Braving all the hardships ever known man, but tonight I know I'm gonna see the shores of Newfoundland. Shores many long for since they left their home. And then from the D, you go 4-2 to get back to the A, right? Shores they grew up on, shores they call their own. Shores that is the landmark for every fisherman. There's nothing more, there's nothing with more history than the shores of Newfoundland. And that would just repeat all the way through. The next verse the same, the next chorus the same, and so on. So you can play it a simple way by just playing root, down, up, down, up, down, up, root, down, up, down, up, down, up. Or you can put some bass notes in there as you strum this and put some bass runs between the chords. Now there's a section on my site in the free area on the link at the very top that talks about these bass runs between chords. A lot of people skip this in the rhythm, and it's very important because it's used in songs like this and used in traditional songs and country songs especially, where there's, you know, bass notes and bass note strumming, I call it, and runs between the chords. A lot of people just, they ignore that in their strumming and they're learning to play rhythm. So if you can learn these little runs between the chords, it smooths out your playing so much. And of course you've got that bass component going on that most people don't have, because they haven't learned how to strum a guitar properly, in my opinion, anyhow. Alright, so those lessons are in there if you want to go in and look at a few of them for free on the site. Okay, so we go into the rest of the song with the same kind of a pattern. Now there's two sort of picking sequences here. After this first chorus we have this shores of Newfoundland. Just a little simple little slide down on this D string to the A chord, and a little hammer on I'm going to put there, and an open D when I go back to my G chord, because what you have is sorry. Alright, just when you're sliding down, right to the A, open D as you hit the G chord, and then you can play that C flat note there and get back to your A chord. That's just one little break in the song. They only do it once, in this version anyway. And then after we do the next chorus, so after that first chorus you have that little brief little pause here and you go into this next verse, and you do the second chorus. Shores of Newfoundland. Now we're going to pick out a verse. So you can hear it, it's almost the same. Right, I'm just playing on the D string here. I just did that, and on that first little break. So we're repeating that little part again here, right? In this break. So what I'm doing here when I shores of Newfoundland, I'm playing an open A, open D, and then I'm going to slide into this little picking sequence. Now you can do it this way, right? If you want to play your D with the standard play with 3 fingers. Use your baby finger here to get this D string. Open G, back to this D string. See? That's a little tricky there. You want to play this note first, and go down to the E minor. Little slide. And then we're back to what we just did. But instead of doing it this way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a 2-finger D. This comes in handy because you've got more strength in this ring finger when you're doing this sort of thing. So I would do this. I would start to slide with this ring finger and play a 2-finger D, what I call a 2-finger D, bottom 3 with a B. Instead of using these 3 fingers, just use those 2. This finger kind of stays on the string, right? Little play there with the baby finger takes me right into my E minor, which I'm playing with these 2 fingers. Little slide up, and then I can get to the back to that D note or that E note here on the D string with this index finger when I play my A. And now. From this D chord, I can just do a B in the bottom string, slide here and come right up. So I got the bottom here and the B and the G right here. Little play there on the B string. I'm playing the same melody, right? Just in a different position. the E minor, I'm grabbing the bottom string on the second right there. I don't like playing the A string. I guess I'll have to play the A chord here. What I'll probably play is the A7 because my finger's kind of getting in the way. I need to get that bottom string there, so I'm going to play an A7 instead of an A. And then a little slide on this G string and play the B string right there and then come back to the D. There, gotta get lined up with your E minor and get this baby finger underneath. And then away we go with the rest of the song. And at the very end, shores of Newfoundland. This will come in handy at the end again with this 2-finger D here. And that'll be your finishing little riff at the end. Alright, so not too much, a little bit of a play here in the beginning, after the first course, and then the second course is a little more, we're just playing a melody really in 2 places, here and then down the bottom. But you can do what you want if you want to change that up. Alright, let me play through it. Alright, let's play through this one and see how it all comes together. Now at the end of the song, this little intro part, or this little break that we're doing at the end of the first course, that little piece there, we're going to put that in at the very end as well, and then throw that little slide in to finish it off. You'll see what I mean here, but we're going to use that little piece again at the very end. Okay, let's try it. I spent my life sailing on a sea that has no shame, waiting for the time when I can come home again, braving all the hardships ever known to man. But tonight I know I'm going to see the shores of Newfoundland, shores many long for since they left their home, shores they grew up on, shores they call their own, shores that is the landmark for every fisherman. There's nothing with more history than the shores of Newfoundland. Cabot made his way across in 1497 to carry back the news that he had found a fisher's heaven. Many times they heard him say he was guided by God's hand. The greatest sight he ever saw, the shores of Newfoundland. Shores of many long for since they left their home, shores they grew up on, shores they call their own, shores that is the landmark for every fisherman. There's nothing with more history than the shores of Newfoundland. Settlers have come here to make Newfoundland their home, build their houses in the coves and never more to roam, fish the seas and cut the trees and cultivate the land, know that they are safe from harm on the shores of Newfoundland. Shores of many long for since they left their home, shores they grew up on, shores they call their own, shores that is the landmark for every fisherman. There's nothing with more history than the shores of Newfoundland. There's nothing with more history original Newfoundland tune there called Shores of Newfoundland. Thanks for joining me, folks. We'll see you next time.